Intel released earnings just after the bell. The company showing both a strong third quarter and even better expectations for the fourth quarter. Third quarter sales were $14.2 billion, beating expectations of $13.9 billion. The company also announced a $10 billion share buyback program, news of which sent shares higher, up nearly 4% there in after hours. Now, let's talk about the numbers with Intel CFO Stacy Smith, who joins us now live from San Jose. You know, Stacy, everyone's been worried about the health of the PC market, but your numbers look good today, really good. What do these numbers tell us about the health of the PC market right now?
Yeah, thanks. It's good to be back on your show. Yeah, I mean, first of all, just looking at the financial performance of the company, you can see it was our first quarter ever above $14 billion. If you compare it back to Q3 of 2010, we're up $3 billion from the same quarter last year. It's 28% growth, and profits are actually growing faster than that. When you look at what's driving that result, what you see is several of the trends that we've been talking about. The penetration rate of technology in emerging markets is going up, and so we're seeing strong growth in emerging markets. That's leading to double-digit unit growth. And we're also benefiting from the build-out of the internet data centers, and so that segment of our business also grow at 15% year over year.
Now, you've said you're expecting the PC market to grow 8 to 10% this year. How is that being affected by wider market volatility and macroeconomic concerns out there?
Yeah, you know, we now have 3 quarters of the year behind us, and it just gives us confidence that, you know, we're in that range from the standpoint of PC growth. And again, when you look at what's driving that growth, it's really being driven by enterprise sales in emerging markets. We're seeing slower growth in the mature market consumer sales into North America and Europe. So it's really an emerging markets and an enterprise story.
Hey, Stacy, Dan Niles once said to me that Intel's customers are all liars. That's the hardest thing about running your business. What do we know about your customers' inventories? Are they ordering more than they need?
No, we see inventory levels across the worldwide PC supply chain as being very lean. And if you actually go back to, you know, the downturn that started at the end of 2008 as a result of the financial crisis, one of the things that's really struck me by that is how efficient the PC supply chain has been. It adopted very quickly to the change in demand levels. It adopted equally quickly as things started to ramp back up. We're seeing a pretty efficient supply chain. Inventory levels are healthy to lean, and I think that'll actually benefit our business as we go forward.
So what does this mean if there is actually a pickup, if Europe doesn't turn into the train wreck that some expect it will? If things end up being strong in the fourth quarter, can you guys meet demand?
Oh, sure. You know, we have capability to meet higher than what we've put into our forecast. You know, we're always putting in a little bit of extra capacity so that we can respond to changes in demand levels.
You know, Stacy, Intel's often looked to as a bellwether. Everybody out there seems to be concerned about macroeconomics. Your numbers don't reflect that right now. Is there anything out there that's worrying you from a macroeconomic perspective?
Yeah, I mean, I'd share the concern you're hearing from others. If I think about 2012, I think, you know, you have to be conscious of the fact that there is a lot of economic uncertainty. We are seeing that impacting our business. You know, I mean, while we're showing really nice year-over-year growth rates, as I've said, we're seeing the mature market consumer segment of the business being relatively sluggish. And so as we think about 2012, that is the number one thing I worry about is, you know, what's the economic environment we're heading into and what's the impact on consumer sales. That
How
said,
about mobile?
we've shown great growth this year, and, you know, we're just pleased as can be with it.
How about mobile? You know, the server business is doing very well. A lot of that's providing data to tablets and smartphones. When do you see Intel profiting from the other side of the business? I think that's what a lot of investors want to know.
Well, our mobile PC business grew very strongly in the third quarter. It was actually up double digits. It was one of the strongest quarters we've seen in a while. From the standpoint, I think you're asking about mobile devices like tablets and phones. As you mentioned, it's already benefiting our server business. We have design wins that will come to market in the phone space where you'll see Intel Silicon inside of shipping phones in the first half of next year. So we're right on the cusp of that.
All right, Intel CFO Stacy Smith, always great to have you here on Bloomberg West. Thanks so much for joining us.